So we have kind of a lot of stuff to talk about here, and it's not necessarily good. DC, the DC Cinematic Universe, has kind of been a hot mess for a while, and it looks like things are getting worse. So let's get into it. Welcome to the newest episode of SDW.
Super Dario World!
You guys ever have that really weird, annoying feeling that you're forgetting something? I feel like I'm forgetting something. I have no idea what it is, but it's just gnawing in the back of my head. I'll hopefully I'll figure it out, like eventually. But right now I don't know what it is. But let's get into this because we have a lot to go through. A little bit's good, just a little bit. Mostly it's a hot mess. So let's before we get into it, let me just give you a quick reminder that any comments, questions, or suggestions you can find me at Dario the Show on Instagram and at Super Dario World. I'm also streaming on YouTube and on Twitch at Super Dario World if you want to join me there. And also the videos get loaded on YouTube by themselves at Super Dario World. So like, subscribe, and if you want to see everything there with visuals, you'll find it there. So let's get into this. Like I said, there's a lot. And I mean a lot, and it's not good. So I'm just gonna start off right off the bat with like the only real good piece of news that's gonna come here. The rest, so and so. But the only good thing is this. So it's been confirmed by director James Gunn that the Suicide Squad will get an R rating. That is great. You can't make a movie where you're gonna you can't make a movie named The Suicide Squad and not have it be R rating. That would just be stupid and a waste of time. So it's confirmed. He did it in a tweet, and yes, it will be R rated. Good things all around, and it's all downhill from here. So I think I set this up in a way that it's not totally terribly downhill, but it will go down in a minute. Don't worry about that. So let's move on to another piece of news, and this, I think it's kind of a good thing. So it's been confirmed that the CW will not be moving forward with a planned Superman and Batwoman crossover. So for those of you who don't know, the CW network had its own little DC universe called the Arrowverse, which started with the TV show Arrow, then progressed with, I believe it was The Flash, then I believe NBC started their own TV show called Supergirl, and then the CW acquired it, so it was now officially part of the part of the Arrowverse. Then they created the Legends of Tomorrow, and then they moved on to Batgirl, and supposedly, and now the upcoming show is Superman and Lois, I believe. Was it called Lois and Clark? No, it's not Lois and Clark. Anyway, the point is Superman's getting his own show, okay? And it was confirmed, or let's say it was hinted at, it was teased that there would be a a Superman and Batwoman crossover in the upcoming seasons of this show. Why? Because, Superman's starting out, Batwoman, they want to make her cool or something, so I'm guessing, I don't know, they think that mixing her up with Superman is going to be a good thing. Turns out it's not, because it turns out that nobody really likes Batwoman. I don't think this has anything to do with Superman. I think this is 100% to do with Batwoman. And the reason why I believe that is because I tried watching the show. Key element there is the word tried. I tried. I made an effort. It is disgustingly bad. It is really, really horribly made. I could not recommend it less. Big waste of time. Honestly, I just skipped to basically the crossover episode for the Crisis storyline, because that was all I could handle. I couldn't do it. It was really bad. So, kind of a good thing that Superman's not being dragged with this, but I don't see a good future moving forward for the Batwoman TV show. I would not be surprised if it got canceled this season or halfway through the season. I don't think it's going to survive. And I don't think it should, because it's really terribly made. But anyway, moving on. Another quasi not great piece of news is that the DC characters Batwoman and Static Shocks were supposedly going to be getting their own films. Now, it's being reported that it may go directly to HBO Max. Now, why is this a bad thing? Well, usually, movies, when you plan them out for, like a big theatrical release. That means that you're actually investing more money in it. That means that you have faith in it. That means that you actually want the project to become something bigger. When it goes straight to streaming, I guess we're living in a different world now where it doesn't necessarily mean that they expect it to be terrible or something, but it's usually not a good sign. And it sucks because I like Static Shock. I particularly I like the animated TV show. I thought it was pretty good. And I love Batwoman. I'm sorry, not Batwoman, Batgirl. They don't get those two confused. Batgirl actually is a character that has a lot of potential, and they could have expanded something with Batman there. I think what they're doing is that they don't think that they can fix the stuff with Batman in time, and it will just mess it up. So they're gonna probably make it its own little pocket universe. The movies that go straight to DC. I don't know. It's a mess, man. It's a mess. You would think that they would be able to get their shit together in time for them to make a Batgirl. You can't make a Batgirl movie without making a Batman movie first. I completely understand that, and you need to get their shit together there first. But you'd think they'd find a way to mix it up with the Robert Pattinson one, right? There's got to be something you can do there. So the fact that it's going straight to HBO Max, I don't think it's a good sign, but I guess it could be. So that's why I'm still leaving it in the semi quasi positive. Next, it's been debunked that there were rumors going around that actor Michael Keaton, who played Batman in the original, what was it, I forgot, the Tim Burton films. It was reported that he might be leading the DC extended universe for now, but it looks like those reports have been debunked. So it's going to be he will be a part of it. He will be a little bit of involved, particularly in the Flash movie, but I don't know if he will be participating anywhere after that. Now, Brooks Barnes, he confirmed in a tweet saying, "Been offline, moving apartments, and returned to see that this Michael Keaton craziness. I was referring to the one film that Keaton has been announced as being in, not a set of his own Batman films. If I had info on him beyond The Flash, I would have obviously put it in my article." Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to mention this dude's a writer, and he made an article where he said that two different film sagas involving Batman. So he's an exec, whatever. The point is, debunked. Not good news, which sucks because I felt like they could have had a little bit of fun there with the multiverse thing, but I guess they want to clean that up quick, and it's not a terrible thing because again, their universe is in shambles. There's no nice way to put that. They have too many separate TV universes. You got the Arrowverse, plus you have whatever the hell Titans is, and you have whatever the hell the Doom Patrol is, and whatever the hell what was it, Swamp Thing was. And then you got all the movies. You got Joker, wherever the hell that is, and you got the Robert Pattinson movie, wherever the hell that Batman is, and you got the other Batfleck and the Justice League, wherever the hell they are. It's a mess. It's a whole hot fucking mess. And I honestly, I thought they were going to fix it with the Flash and Flashpoint Paradox, but it doesn't sound like that anymore. It's like I said, the things that are coming out are concerning. Now, there's also a really bizarre piece of news, but it was related to DC, so I just decided to keep it in here. And a storyboard artist called Jay Amata, who worked on Ben Affleck's Batman project, says that the film would have made fans proud. Now, usually I don't care that much about people saying this could have been really cool. But yeah, I like Batman, so I decided, I'll give this a little way. I'll read his statement on it. Also, I do believe, honestly, I was very, very disappointed when Ben Affleck announced that he was not going to be doing the Batman movie. I was very disappointed because he might not be the greatest actor in the world, but he's definitely a good director. He's a better director than he is an actor for sure. And he actually has made some pretty good action films. So I was bummed. I was looking forward to see what he could have done with that, with an older Bruce Wayne, especially if you had Deathstroke coming in the movie. Fortunately, it looks like it's never going to happen. Looks like it's a pipe dream. They're moving on with Robert Pattinson. But anyway, here's the statement from the storyboard artist. By the way, for those of you who don't know what a storyboard is, imagine when you're making a movie, you make something called a storyboard. It's imagine you're making like a comic book of the movie. And so every single shot, you're making like your own little drawing, and this is what's happening. So it's basically like a comic book version of the movie to help you set up your shots and all that stuff. That's what a storyboard is. and this is the guy who wrote it, who drew them. Anyway, so his statement is, I was working with Ben Affleck personally just prior to him leaving the project, and not once did he seem like he didn't want to be Batman. His version of Batman in his solo movie would have made fans proud. Now, this dude has worked on a buttload of stuff, and I mean a buttload of DC projects. He's worked in the art department for a lot of stuff, so he kind of knows, like, he kind of knows what he's talking about in as a professional. So it's just another one of those things like, what if, like, what could have been, right? The missed opportunity, which seems like it actually could have been something pretty great for fans, either fans of Batman in general or Ben Affleck, and now we'll never get to see it because again, it's honestly it's because Ben Affleck can't get his shit together. He can't. His life was not going well, and for personal reasons he left, and he couldn't get his freaking house in order, and now we don't get a great movie, which sucks. Which sucks because it's one of those things that just kept snowballing because the universe kept getting worse and worse and more chaos. And how do you even fix it at this point? I honestly don't know. Moving on, we have this is definitely bad news. Definitely bad news. So Wonder Woman 3 has been fast-tracked by Warner Brothers Pictures. Now, I talked about this recently. This movie sucked balls. And it was terrible. It was disgustingly bad. I believe I called it hot garbage. If you want to know why I think all these things, you can check out the video where I broke that down. I believe I don't go 100% into it, but I believe I was pretty thorough on the reasons why this movie sucked. It was stupid. It was a waste of time. And I'm pretty happy I didn't waste my money. Anyway, it's not, so to me, it's a terrible sign that Warner Brothers is trying to fast track it. Why would you want to fast track it? Everybody hated it. Well, not everybody. Everybody who knows their shit hated it. It was a terribly done movie. Disgustingly bad. It was a waste of your money. It was a waste of the fans' time, and you want to fast track the next one? This is not. This honestly seems like an act of desperation, and it's not a good look at all for DC. I'm sorry, I'm hearing a noise back there. I do not agree with this decision. I think it's a waste of money, and I think you need to get way more things in order before you continue going in the Wonder Woman direction, particularly with Patty Jenkins, who clearly does not give a fuck about continuity in her own universe. Why do I say that? Because she said it herself. She doesn't care about continuity. And so you can't build a universe when you got somebody there just doing whatever the fuck she wants with a story. It just doesn't work that way. So I would cancel this one. But it's not my money, so, well, whatever. What can you do? It's their money. They can go fuck themselves. Anyway, moving on. This is also somewhat bad news, and that's director Zack Snyder has revealed that there are no plans for a Justice League sequel. Now, before, there were hints that there was a possibility that there could have been something, and now it's been confirmed by him, and I'll just read you the statement right here. Look, I never thought I'd be here doing this. I didn't think I'd be finishing Justice League. The truth is, and it's been widely reported, and I have no issue, this is an old movie. This is a year, and I have no issue, this is an old movie, okay. This is a years old movie I'm working on. The DC Universe has gone and branched off and done its own thing, and that's fine. As far as what I did, and as far as what my vision for what I wanted to do with these characters and the journey I wanted them to go on, it's well known that I planned on more movies. 5 movies or something. But I'm busy. I've got a lot going on. Is it cool that the fans have so much faith in the trajectory? Yes, it's amazing. And I couldn't be happier, and I'm excited for them to see Justice League so they can really drink the entire elixir of Justice League. But would I continue? I have no plan to. But as I said, I didn't think I'd be here, so who knows? So, I mean, he's leaving the door open there, but it's pretty close, or it's pretty clear that, yeah, he's busy, he's got other stuff, he doesn't have any plans on the horizon. I don't think they're going to do it, and I don't think DC's going to move forward with this because I think they want to do something else. Like I said, I think they want to clean house with The Flash, and then they'll go forward from there. So this might be it. This might be the end. And while we're on the same vein, it was also confirmed by Zack Snyder that the Justice League movie will not be a miniseries, it will be a movie. Why? I have no idea. And it looks like it's going to be a 4-hour movie. So, okay. I don't know how this is gonna work, but okay. I mean, I don't mind sitting through a 4-hour movie if it's a good movie. I just don't think I was honestly excited for it to be a mini series. I was excited. I thought it would be like a lot more fun. Like each week, it's gonna build up to something. It's gonna separate a little bit. Now I don't know. It might just be too much. 4 hours is a lot. Like I can sit through Lord of the Rings, the extended versions, but it's the Lord of the Rings. All right. This is a movie that I've already seen, and the things that I've seen are not that great. I'm excited to see how he fixes it, but 4 hours, man, that's a long time. So okay, all right, let's say it's a lateral piece of news. Also, Jess Durman, what's up? Oh, thank you for putting the show. That's a great show. I'm hoping you're watching the animated one. Great one. I highly recommend it. I hope you are. When you finish it, let me know what you thought. I thought it was great. I thought it ended up great. But let's continue on with the DC news, because this is where things get fun. And by fun, I mean this is the real hot mess. So, it all begins and ends with Cyborg. Now, I've talked about this before, and actor Ray Fisher, who plays Cyborg, has complained a lot about a lot of things that have to do with DC and Josh Whedon, who directed the Justice League, well, who finished directing the Justice League when Zack Snyder had to step away, and the executive producers and the head of DC Productions, Hamada. Let me see if I can remember his name correctly. I have it right here. Well, producers Jeff Jones and John Berg, and also with DC Films president Walter Hamada. Now, it was recently confirmed that Walter Hamada, the president of DC Films, has been his contract has been extended for 2 more years. Now, Ray Fisher has a lot of issues with Walter Hamada, and he has confirmed that he will not work with Walter Hamada anymore. Now, let me just read his statement right here. This is a tweet. Walter Hamada is the worst kind of enabler. His lies and WBPR's failed September 4th hit piece sought to undermine the very real issues of the Justice League investigation. I will not participate in any production associated with him. A over E. That means something. I don't really care. I think actors over executives. No, actor or over something, but I don't think it matters. Anyway, so let me see. I'm going to say, but let me just see this real quick. Cynical grin. I don't think DC's capable of making a captivating 4-hour movie. I think they can if it's an animated one. So far, live action, doubtful, but we'll see. Anyway, going back to Ray Fisher over here. So, Walter Hamada, the president of DC, he got extended, right? And he was upset about it. Now, if his complaint would have been he made a universe that's in fucking shambles and the dude should get fired, I would 100% agree with that statement, because I do not understand how this man still has a job. I don't. He's the DC Films president, and the DC Films are fucking shambles. It's a shit show, all right? They don't know what they're doing. Everything's fucked up. Nothing makes any sense. They did things backwards. They don't have somebody overseeing the whole creative side. They're letting directors create movies in a universe who don't care about a universe. It's a whole fucking mess. Dude did not deserve to get that extension. Now, if you're firing him for those reasons, or if you're cutting ties with him for those reasons, I would completely and 100% be on Ray Fisher's corner. But he is making allegations that are quite different from those. He's going for more of personality slanders or speculations and stuff like that. And unfortunately, the recent years has taught me one thing, and that's that I don't believe shit until I see evidence. Evidence. I don't trust you. I don't believe you. I don't believe anybody. This is the world that we live in now. If you come here with an allegation, you have to have something to back it up. I'm talking witnesses, I'm talking evidence, I'm talking everything else, or at least be very specific with your examples. So far, Ray Fisher has made claims, but he does not give any specific examples. And now it has been confirmed that Ray Fisher will not be a part of the Flash movie. That's according to him. I haven't seen really anything from WB about this, but he put out a statement on Twitter, and it's a long one. It's a doozy. So let me just read it for you real quick. I'm not going to read the whole thing. Honestly, I don't want to read the whole thing. You can see it yourself. It's on his Twitter page, whatever. But I read through the whole thing, and basically he says, well, there was an investigation done by Warner Brothers, and Josh Whedon got fired. By the way, they didn't say that they fired Josh Whedon because of it. They didn't say a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that's kind of speculative, and he's using it to confirm other stuff, but it hasn't been confirmed. That's the issue here. Nothing's been confirmed. And his allegations, he says that basically there was, let me see, in fact, a major contributor to the issue. Okay. Rather than escalate the situation when initially asked, Walter disparaged Joss Whedon and John Berg in an attempt to cover for Geoff Jones. When I alerted Walter and Geoff that Geoff was, in fact, a major contributor to the issue experience, including blatant racism, Walter tried, to no avail, to get me to reveal the names to witnesses, blah, blah, and submit certain claims. And okay, so basically, blatant racism and stuff like that. All right, cool. What happened? Now, supposedly, let me see if there's another part of his statement where he doesn't, no one, while it might legally and financially, my responsibilities are and have been to try to protect those who are brave enough, despite Walter's best efforts. Let me see. Ah, damn it. I remember reading it. The point is, at one point he said basically, I don't have to worry about anything. I don't have to worry about, like your reputation and stuff like that. I'm just gonna say stuff because I don't care. And so, okay. Oh, it wasn't until I ordered. Then, let me see. Damn it. Oh, it's a long statement. You can read it yourself. Point is, dude clearly says, all right, I have nothing to worry about anymore. I'm done. I'm not gonna work with Walter Hamada anymore. I'm not gonna work with I'm not being a part of the Flash anymore. I'm not gonna get a check from you guys, so I don't care. I'm gonna say whatever I want. And then he doesn't say what happened. All right. If you have an allegation, say it. Say it. Say it. Otherwise, what you're kind of covering them too is like, oh man, you're saying that dude is a racist and all that stuff. He did racist stuff. All right, what did he do? Okay, I don't care what you're saying. I need you to tell me what he did. I don't care how you interpreted what he did. I want you to tell me exactly what he did. And he's not saying it. That's the issue here. He's not coming out and just saying it. And the issue is that he's saying, I have nothing more to lose, and yet he's still not saying what the fuck happened. As far as I know, there's no like criminal trial for this. It's not going to the courts. Nothing's going on. In fact, what I read from an article in Variety is that Warner Media has concluded its investigation and taken remedial action. So stuff's already been done. We just don't know exactly what it is. We assume is that Joss Whedon got fired from his other from his other projects, but the thing is, Joss Whedon did not get fired. He walked away from the other project. So I don't know what remedial action they took because they're not saying. And Fisher's not saying shit either. It doesn't make any sense. All right. Usually when you don't want to say something, it's because, or I would put in a statement. Like if I'm accusing somebody of something and I can't say specifically what it is, I would say my lawyers recommend that I keep my mouth shut until the court settled this whole thing. Then I'll tell you. But he ain't doing it. He's not being specific. So I'm sorry. At this point, I don't believe anybody who doesn't make any specific claims and who just doesn't present any evidence. It's just your word. And I don't trust you anymore. I don't trust people anymore. That's the world that we live in. And honestly, I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing to not believe people until they bring evidence. It could be a better standard moving forward. And you're trying to use the court of public opinion. Go fuck yourself. Honestly, go use the real courts. Use actual evidence. Use the truth will set you free. Just say what happened. But you have no issues putting somebody on blast. On Twitter with your millions of followers, probably. I don't even know how many followers he has. You have no issues putting him on blast, but then not saying anything. It's just like, you're just basically, you're trying to burn their reputation in a very vague way. I don't trust it. I don't like it. It might be true, and honestly, the things that might have happened to him might have been like horrifying, but I can't trust them anymore. I don't until you come out with very specific stuff that could be verified. These people have worked with a lot of people throughout the years. Somebody would have come to your aid at this point. Somebody would have corroborated, like, hey, yeah, that happened. That dude sucks. But no. So if you want to get the guy fired because he sucks at his job, cool. I'm right there with you. For this, just destroying his reputation in the court of public opinion? Nope. Not backing you up for a second. You got to bring evidence here, dude. And also, honestly, who cares about Cyborg? If he's not in the Teen Titans, who cares about Cyborg? All right? Your performance wasn't that great. You were easily replaceable. You were mostly CGI. And so you're the C character in the Justice League. That's what the main characters are Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman. And then you got the Flash and Green Lantern. And then you got the C characters who are what? Green Arrow, Cyborg, Martian Manhunter. Who else? I think that's it. So, yeah. Honestly, just, I won't miss him. Would you miss him? I don't miss him. Honestly, like, if at least kudos to you for actually, quitting, I guess. But even, it's weird because he doesn't quit. He doesn't specifically quit. Like the statement begins with, I have received, let me just put it again. I have received official confirmation that Warner Brothers Pictures has decided to remove me from the cast of The Flash. So he didn't even quit. The guy didn't even quit. He said, I won't work with this guy anymore. And now he's like, they fired me. Why? Why would the guy who I said I won't work with anymore fire me? It makes no sense, but it shows you, it just keeps showing you, this fucking universe is in fucking shambles, and it's all because of one guy who can't seem to keep everybody in check. So, what's the conclusion to all these things? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Though I'm looking forward to the Suicide Squad because it may be its own thing, and because it's James Gunn and it's going to be rated R. I'm looking forward to see the Snyder Cut because I think that Snyder actually had like a good vision for DC that was darker and edgier, and I actually enjoyed that. But other than that, I have no fucking idea what's happening. Like, I have no idea how they're going to fix it. I have no idea how so many people have not lost their jobs. I have no idea why they're pushing forward with Wonder Woman 3 when Wonder Woman 2 was fucking terrible. I do not get it. They should be moving forward with Shazam. They should be moving forward with Aquaman. They should be moving forward with The Flash. They should amp those up because those were actually enjoyable. Well, whoops. But I don't know. Like I said, DC is a hot fucking mess. And before I had a little bit of faith that things were gonna get fixed, but no. They're keeping the same guy at the helm who's clearly a hot mess and clearly controversial and can't get a shit together and can't make a universe that's actually worth something, even though they could just simply follow the blueprint that was made by Marvel years ago. Like, all they had to do was that. All they had to do was the same thing Marvel did. They took a risk. It kind of was semi-working out, except it wasn't, and then it wasn't. And now it's exploding in everybody's faces, and nobody knows what the fuck's happening. I'm very confused. I follow this stuff, like, pretty thoroughly. I follow them, like, a lot. I care. And still, I can't make any sense of what's happening. I can't see the plan. Maybe it's such a great plan, such a complex plan, and I'm the idiot, but I don't know. Anyway, that's it for today. As always, any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can find me at Dario the Show on Instagram and at Super Dario World. Also streaming on YouTube and on Twitch at Super Dario World. If you want to see this video later, it will be loaded on YouTube by itself. It should show up in a few hours. That's again at Super Dario World. Like, subscribe, that really helps out. Let me see the comments here real quick. Emojis 4, yeah, that seems really long. Yes, 4 hours for a movie. It's a lot. Honestly, it's too much. It has to be a really great movie. It has to be a really phenomenally fantastic film, like a Lord of the Rings caliber movie for you to sit there. Just wish DC could be as good as Marvel. Those heroes deserve better. I agree. Honestly, I like the DC heroes a little bit better because they are larger than life. Like, Superman is larger than life. You can't really relate to him on the same way that you could relate to maybe a Captain America who has his feet on the ground. And so it really is a huge, it makes them less realistic, but it's a huge disservice to such iconic characters that I prefer. Like, in terms of animated movies and comics, I prefer DC comics. I enjoy them a little bit more. Next, Jess, and it still has potential like we've seen. Yes, it does. And it's wasted. It's all wasted. So, what can we do? Not much. Complain, I guess. Start your own podcast and complain about them, but I'm already doing that, so join me here in complaining. That's it. That's it for today. As always, thank you for listening, and I'll see you again next time.